Hey there, real quick before we begin, you're about to watch a live stream, which means you're really kind of behind the scenes here because these lessons are usually watched in the archives, but you're here for the live taping of them. So if we mess up really bad, we're probably going to chop that out, but you're going to get to see all of our bloopers and mistakes. We'll also chop this off, so no one is going to see this part of the lesson but you. And because you're behind the scenes, you're probably going to ignore my instructions when I say, like, pause the video and go practice or whatever. You can if you want. It's just that everyone in the chat room then will be in different places in the video. That's fine. When you want to join us live again, go down to the bottom of the video, click on the live button, and that should take you straight to where we actually are now. So now here comes the part for everybody else. I'm really glad you're with us. The archives are fine, but my favorite is talking to you live. So see you in the chat room. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock here, the lesson is about to begin. If this is your first time playing piano, welcome. I'm very excited for you. You're going to do great. Hopefully you already received from us the welcome packet in the mail, and maybe you even got started on the Absolute Beginners video pack to teach you the names of the notes and things like that. But if not, that's fine. You'll do great. I'll show you how to play all the notes. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. You can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. And even if you only learn a little bit of this song and you don't learn the whole thing, you'll still learn enough to help you build skills so you can learn other songs faster in the future. So jump in, give it a try. You're bound to end up at least a little bit better than you even are right now. Throughout the lesson, I may refer to Klopple Academy, and you can check out that link on the website if you want. Basically, it's a program that takes you all the way from learning the names of the notes, the very beginning, through 12 levels of classical and jazz music, through all the skills that you would need to become a professional pianist. So you would learn all the same stuff that you would learn if you're taking regular traditional piano lessons, probably plus a little bit more, but it takes about 5 to 10 years to complete. So you can just try out the first level, see if it's the kind of thing that you like, or if you just care about today's lesson and learning this song, then just ignore all those references and focus on today's lesson. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The MP3 is a play-along track that you can use to practice more after the lesson, but a lot of students like to print out the PDF right now so they have it during the lesson. Careful, it could be up to like 30 pages, so just find the couple pages that you want and print those out. If you decide not to, that's fine. I'll show you all of the notes on screen as we go through it. And we will be going through 5 different levels of this song that all use the same play-along track. So even if you've never played piano before, you'll still be able to do level 1. And then as we go through level 2, 3, 4, and 5, then when we use that same play-along track, you just keep playing your same version. If you're watching this lesson in the archives and you have a question during the lesson, then feel free to click on that survey button. And at the end of the survey, there's a place for you to ask your question, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answer to that question. But if you're with us live as we're recording this today, then feel free to click on that chat button, and you can talk with all the other students who are logged in during the live lesson. And if you have a question about the lesson, then you can just go ahead and type that into the box that says, Ask Jamin a question, and we will do our best to answer that question live in the lesson. All right, I think that's the end of the boring stuff. I'm ready to learn a song. Stay tuned at the end of the lesson and I'll show you how to win more points and earn more prizes next week. But for right now, let's get this party started. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin. Today we're doing Fly Me to the Moon, and this, moderating the chat room, is the incomparable Kendra.
Guess what, Jamin? I just had my graduation ceremony this past weekend, and I'm officially out of high school.
You're done.
It's crazy.
You're free. You can do whatever you want with your life now. That's awesome.
Crazy.
Congratulations.
Thank
you.
You
are so old.
I am
My goodness.
so old.
All right. Well, have you ever played this song before?
I have not, but I know the song.
Okay, cool. And I don't know what it is. Like every now and then, like there'll be this song that like cycles through it, and like we'll just get a whole bunch of requests for a song. So I don't know where you all are hearing this all of a sudden. Maybe it's like in a commercial or it's in a like a show or something recently. But apparently this is really popular right now, but it's a really super old song. So I don't know where you heard it, but you've probably heard this song before. Let's go through and just take a look at it. All the stuff that I did, you'll learn how to do by the end of the lesson. But if it looks terrifying, don't worry about it. We can do the simple version right here and just stick with this. So then let's take a look at the patterns here. It's kind of intimidating because you look at the first page, you're like, oh, just 4 lines, no problem. And then you get to the second page and you're like, what, a second page, another 4 lines? Don't worry. This whole thing right here, all of this is the exact same thing as the first page. So once we learn 4 lines, that's it. 4 lines, you can basically play the whole thing. You just have to learn a new ending right here. It's going to end on a C. Let me show you how to find that C so we can just go right to the end and learn this new ending here. So we're going to take any group of 2 black notes, like these ones right here, or these ones right here, or these ones right here. Any group of 2 will work as long as you don't use a group of 3. A group of 3 will not get you to a C. But you use a group of 2 black notes, and you're going to take the note that's on the left and drag it even more to the left. You land on a C every single time. So we're just going to play a C and then a note right next to it. That one's called a D because in the alphabet, A, B, C, D. D would be right next to the C. So we're going to play a C and then a D and then come right back to C. And that's I love you. That's the end of the song. That's that fancy ending that you have to learn for the end of the song. I love you. So now, once we learn these 3 lines right here, we've got basically the whole first page and then we got the second page plus I love you. And we're set. Okay, so let's go back up to the top. Let's also pay attention to the pattern, how like it kind of like goes down, 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 and then up, 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 and then down, 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 and then up, 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 up. And same thing's gonna happen here on this second line over here. We're gonna go down, 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 up, 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 down, 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 down. So it's just gonna kind of like weave back and forth and back and forth. Not as much jumping in this song as there is in a lot of the songs that we do. Okay, so we're gonna start on a C. Hey, cool, we already know how to find a C, but we want a different C than the C that you played before. So if you picked this C before, that's cool. We're just gonna pick a higher C, like this one right here. Still, right next to a group of 2 black notes, but we wanna pick a high C to start on, and we're gonna end on a low C. So we're gonna play that one, and then we're gonna go down 1 note, and then down 1 note, and then down 1 note, and then down 1 note. And we're gonna say out loud the words, fly me to the moon. So if you could find that C, and you know which direction is left, then you're set for the first 5 notes. Fly me to the moon. All right, cool. Then we just walk it straight back up, pretty much. We're gonna go up, 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 except on the way up, like, we run out of time and we need to get to the C sooner than we actually can. So we got to skip over 1 note. So we're going to go from C straight down to F, and then we're going to go straight back up, except we're going to skip over the B. So we're going to go from the F to the G to the A and skip over straight to the C. So those words are fly me to the moon and let me. Try that with me with the track. We're going to start on 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, go. That's where you'll start fly. And we're going to play this one right here, any C. And if you miss a bunch of notes, that's fine. If you're in the archives right now, make sure you press pause on the video. Practice that one section right there. Fly me to the moon and let me. If you're live with us, just play whatever version you've got. Even if that's just the first note or 2 notes or 3 notes, that's fine. Play whatever you got. We'll all try our own version together. Here we go. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2. Here we go. Fly me to the moon and let me. Okay, cool. So if that makes sense how you would practice that, then we're golden. Even if you can't play it yet, if you're like, oh, I know what I did wrong, then we're great. Let me move on to show you what these next notes are, and you can always come back to this video and replay any of these sections that you need. We're up to this C right here with the word me. So then we're just gonna do the same exact thing pretty much, but starting on B.
So we just go straight down. So after we get to me, we go down one, down one, down one, down one, all the way until you get to the word stars. When you get to the word stars, then stop. So we'd go, fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. So once you say stars, it's time to stop. And if you did it correctly, you should be on an E at the end of stars. And then we're going to basically do the exact same thing, but now we're going to start on an A instead of starting the whole thing on a C. And you already know how to find an A. If you found that first note, just play fly me to, because the word to is also an A. So if you just go to that third note that you played, that's an A, and we're gonna do the exact same thing. So we're gonna go down all 5 notes, let me see what spring. Okay, cool. And then we're gonna work our way back up, but we were gonna run out of time just like we ran out of time the first time, and so we're gonna have to skip over a note. So we're gonna play, let me see what spring is like on. Yeah, okay, cool. So that takes us all the way up to on. And don't forget, when we're learning these notes, we're also learning all the notes for page 2 as well. So you're actually learning like double notes. So we're up to this A right here. And then we've got this thing, the dreaded hashtag, the sharp sign. This means that they're about to lie to you. They're about to say, we want you to play a G, but it's not really a G. That's a G. They want the note that's right next to G, a G sharp. So hashtag G means not G, but the note that's right next to G, that one right there, that one is called a G sharp. It's a black note. We're gonna play that one and then the F and the E, D, C. So it's exactly like it was going to be, just walking straight down, except this G is actually a G sharp. So play G and F and E and D, but make sure that G is a G sharp. And that would be, all the way down to C. That takes us to Mars. That's the first 2 lines. That's like the vast majority of the notes in the entire song. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Start on an A. Let me see what spring, back up, is like on, and then Jupiter and Mars, except the G is sharp. Okay, cool. I think, okay, Kloppa wants this to be our last time through, but we haven't even gotten through it once yet. Good news, you already know the ending. I love you. So make sure you have those notes prepared for the end. Let me show you real quick what the rest of these notes are, and don't worry, you'll get time to practice on level 2, 3, 4, and 5 as well. But we ended up right here on C. Then these last 2 lines right here is all that we need. And as you can tell, the notes are pretty spread out. There's not that many notes in the last 2 lines. There is one big jump though. So we were on a C. You already know what this one means. This hashtag means not C, but play a C sharp for the word in. And then you're gonna go up to a D for of. And then here's the big jump right here from D up to A. So we're gonna have to go from D, skipping over 3 notes. The notes you're skipping over are E, F, and G, but you don't have to know that. Just skip over 3 notes, and you should land on an A, and you're gonna say words. So, in other words. That's that section right there. In other words. And then we've got 3 notes here. We're gonna go back up to that C that we started on, and say hold, go down 1 note, and say my, and then skip down to a G, and play hand, say hand, while you play the G. And then this one right here is all that we need. We're almost done. That C that we played, that low, low, low C, we want to scoop down below that one and come up to it. So that's a B and a C, and that's in of. We got 1 more jump right here from the C up to the F. So we're gonna skip over a D and an E, so in other words. And if right now you're starting to feel like, wait, I had it at the beginning, but I'm starting to feel super lost. Now, that's fine. That probably means you just need to practice some of this other part here up at the top because your brain's filling up with too many notes. And so you just got to practice that stuff until you can do it along with the track, and then there'll be more space in your brain. You'll come back to this video, and the rest of this will make sense, I promise. If not, let me know. I'm always here for you. So we've got in other words right there, and then we're gonna go up, skip up to an A, and just walk it straight down. Darling, kiss me. That's it. That's it. The second page is the same exact thing as the first page. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. That's the same as the first line on the first page. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. That's the same thing as the second line on the first page. In other words, please be true. That's the same as the third line on the first page, just different words. And then we've got this section right here. G sharp, you already know that note, and an A, and then all the way down to that C for in other words. And you already know the ending, I love you. It seems very likely that if you have not tried this song before, you have not had enough time to practice this thing during the lesson yet, and be able to get a whole lot of these notes right. But you can get the end, I love you, and you get the first note, which is a C, and maybe some of the notes that come after that are just a walk straight down. So let's do this. I'm going to play this. Clapple says it's our last time through. I'm going to play all these notes. You get all of them that you can. Make sure you join me at the end, even if you mess up a bunch of stuff in the middle. And then, if you need to, later on, you can come back to this video and play along with me right now. So future you can come back and play along with me here and get all the notes right as many times as you need. Okay, let's go. Everybody, do your best. Get the notes that you can. Don't worry about the ones you miss. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Then we go up to A and do the same exact pattern. Let me see what spring is like on this is the G sharp, Jupiter and Mars. We got a C sharp. In other words, hold my hand is a C, B, G. And then the last line here before we get to repeat it all. In other words, darling, kiss me. Okay, do it all again. Here we go. Back up to that C. Ready? Let's go. And fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. Then up to an A and do the same pattern. You are all I long for, all. The G sharp this time, worship and adore. C sharp to a D to an A. In other words, please be true. Okay, it's almost time for I love you. Here we go. And in other words, the ending, I love you. There we go. That's all of the notes for level 1. It will take some practice, but hopefully you at least got the ending part and the beginning part. We just need to fill in some of the stuff in the middle, and it repeats a whole lot. So even though it's crazy, crazy long, I think you'll be able to get the hang of it. But for right now, I got a couple things about this song that I'm not going to tell anybody else during any part of the lesson. We call this secret information.
Secret information.
And in today's top secret information folder, we have some information about this song. Actually, yeah, okay, so I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna tell anybody else this, but this thing right here, where we play this, if you're like, wait a second, I feel like I've heard that before, that's called a harmonic minor. Let me play that for you. It's all the white notes except we turn G into a G sharp, and this thing is like a really popular, like it's especially used in like, I don't know, like Egyptian music or something like that, or like super scary, like that movie. So it's all over the place. If it sounds kind of familiar, you could practice that thing. It's a lot of fun to play. It's all the white notes, but with G sharp in there. Like a lot of people when they hear that, they're like, hey, that sounds like Aladdin or something like that, because that scale, that set of notes is really, really popular. So anyway, that's what's going on there. That's called a harmonic minor. The second piece of secret information here, is that, yeah, so there's a name for this thing back here. Now, this actually isn't a secret for people who are in like really high levels of Clapple Academy, people who are in like levels like 4, 5, 6, but for everybody else, most people don't know this. That is that the form of this thing is what we would call A and A prime, which means all of this right here, we would call that section A. And then since we're going to do all of that again, then we would call this, all this A as well. But because the ending of it is slightly different, it's not exactly, like the second page isn't exactly the same as the first page, it's a little bit different at the end, so we would call that A prime. And prime means it's changed just a little tiny bit. So A and A prime, where most of our really long songs have forms like AABA or ABAC or something like this one's just A and then A prime. That's all the secrets we have, except for, of course, the one we have every week, which is who won the raffle? Maybe it was you.
So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out, and if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us.